Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang, God Squad. It's what it is, man. Look, check this out. Congratulations to Saul Canelo Cinnamon Alvarez. Congratulations on being the first super middleweight undisputed champion. I don't really speak to the first Mexican and all that shit. No, I don't really speak to that too much because it's hyped up. It was hyped up more to him just being the first human being. He was hyped up to be the first Mexican before he was hyped up being the first human. I don't be feeling that shit. Because if it was a white dude, he'd have just been the first to ever do it. He wouldn't have been the first white man. If you notice, they don't never do that first shit with white folks. They only do it with any other racial denomination that is not of the Caucasian ethnic background. But I didn't like the fact that the narrative was pushed that Canelo was the first Mexican more than him just being the first person, the first human being to do that. I didn't feel that. But congratulations to him. He did exactly what I told you he was going to do. The fight ended just like I told y'all it was going to end. I told you Caleb Plant was going, well, not Caleb, Caleb Plant was going to fight a much better fight than Billy Joe Saunders. He lasted longer than Billy Joe Saunders. Hell, Billy Joe Saunders quit on the stool. He didn't even go out on his shield. He was like, fuck that, my shit broke. I'm not coming out. Nope. Not doing it. He quit on the stool. He quit. Caleb didn't quit. He fought a good fight, and I said he's going to fight a very strategic fight. It's going to look real smooth in the early rounds, but as the time goes on, as the rounds further along, get deeper and deeper into the fight, you're going to see Caleb break down. Just what it is. You got this dude throwing hard, reckless, abandon, accurate power shots. Everything he throws is a power shot. Everything. Nothing he throws is light. His jabs ain't light. His right hands ain't light. Nothing Canelo throw is light. Everything he throw is hard, thudding. What I will say, and I know some people gonna have some issues, and I personally don't really give a fuck, but what I saw in that fight, Canelo ain't no different skill-wise. His skills are the same. Literally, his skills are the same. He's bigger and he's stronger, but skill-wise, Canelo ain't no different. Check the film. Don't hit me with that Danny Jacobs shit because he always had that little waist movement. I've been watching Canelo. And I ain't talking about recently. Like, I watched some of his old shit. You know what I mean? I watched a lot of his old shit. And some of his old shit, like, he still look like that. He just bigger now. And I'm sure he's physically stronger coming into that man's strength. I get that. But his skill set is the same. It's exactly the same. Canelo is beatable. The only thing is, there's nobody really in the game that, from my opinion, because I haven't factually proven it, but it's factually proven that he's beatable. He is beatable. He showed that he's beatable fighting Plant. I saw a lot of holes. But that don't take away his accomplishments. See, some people get caught up in the flaws of a fighter and they want to harp on the flaws of a fighter more than the actual accomplishments of the fighter. Now, I saw some holes in his game, like I would see in any fighter. But at the same time, I'm not going to shit on his accomplishment because of the holes I saw in his game. That's what I'm not going to do. What I will say is, when Caleb decided that he wanted to sit in the pocket and shoulder roll, and he caught him with that pull, that catch and counter, you figure it out. Canelo beatable. And to be real with y'all, he predictable. You know what he coming with. There is nothing that's going to surprise you about Canelo fights. Look at his fights. You know how he coming. The thing is with Canelo is, can you deal with that? Can you handle that? And quiet as kept, a lot of fighters cannot handle a guy that's going to constantly stay in your face the whole time. The whole time. And really not take too many, if any, backward steps. There's very few fighters that can handle that type of pressure. Caleb Plant is one of them. And I said this. You cannot. See, people look at Floyd and say, well, Floyd did this. Floyd was hitting Canelo. Y'all didn't watch the Floyd fight with Canelo. Y'all didn't watch that shit. Y'all ain't watch it. Y'all just looked at it. Y'all didn't watch it. If you watch the fight, like really thoroughly watch it, you see Canelo was getting cracked with hard shit. You see Canelo head turning. You ain't seeing him just eating shit like he Broly or something. No, the motherfucker head was turning. Turning. Getting caught with hooks, right hands, turning. Floyd was hitting Canelo. Clean. Flush. Waiting for him to throw all that shit. Waiting for him. Waiting for it. Because he knew. And the cold part about it, he told y'all. I put the interview on my community page. He told y'all. His daddy had the game plan. So, all y'all that's looking at... Now, don't get me wrong. Floyd Mayweather Jr., his skill is what it is. But the person that told him, that gave Floyd Mayweather the blueprint to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez was his daddy. Because Floyd told y'all, yeah, I did what my daddy told me. My dad had a great game plan, and I did what my dad... He didn't say what his dad's game plan was. He just said his dad had a hell of a game plan for Floyd Mayweather Sr. Had a hell of a game plan, and he executed the game plan. So all Floyd Jr. did in that fight was what Floyd Sr. told him to do. So guess who know how to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez? Guess. Don't worry, I'll wait. Because it's only, from what I'm seeing, it's only one trainer out here that know. And not only do he know, he got the knowledge to teach you how to do it. It's only one guy. It's only one guy that's proven that can give you the skills and all the tools you need to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. You think anybody finna go to that man and holler at him? Nope, nope. Not gonna happen. But shout out to Floyd Mayweather Sr. Your greatness is literally underestimated. You are one of the most underrated trainers in the game. As far as I'm concerned, you're a way better trainer than Eddie Reynoso, Ronnie Shields, all them dudes. Because what a lot of people don't realize is you should teach defense first. Anybody could teach you how to throw a jab or a cross or a hook. But defense is what wins championships. Canelo not a defensive fighter. So it's not, what y'all really need to say is slick fighters will not beat Canelo. Bubu Andrade ain't beating Canelo. Charlos ain't beating Canelo. The only fighter that could beat Canelo is not an offensive, a solely defensively sound fighter is what's gonna beat Canelo. And that ain't out there. So I don't see nobody really beating Canelo because nobody has the defensive prowess or the durability to deal with him. Nobody. Don't hit me with Benavidez. Don't got the skills. He got the pop. He got the power. He got the speed. He don't got the skill. Do he got the stamina? Nope. He don't got the stamina. He don't got the endurance. So where he outdoes Canelo, Canelo got something else he better than him at. So even if let's just say for debate's sake, Benavidez might be faster, Canelo stronger. Let's just say Benavidez is stronger, well, Canelo got more endurance, stamina. And let's just say he got the stamina, the endurance. Well, guess what Canelo got that Benavidez don't got no matter what he brings to the table? Experience. And that's what Canelo is using to win him fights. Experience. If you notice, if you look at Canelo in his early fights, he was more active a lot sooner. He was busier sooner. He don't do that shit no more. He take his time. He wait. Cause yep. He wait. He more patient. That's the difference. He's a more patient fighter. He's a more disciplined fighter. That's what separates Canelo from a lot of fighters. His patience in the ring and his discipline. His discipline to not get caught up with shit outside the ring. His discipline to stay in the gym, even probably when he don't feel like it. Or he might not have to go. he still go anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, real rap. Canelo is beatable. But there is nobody in the game today that I see that has the discipline, the skill, the endurance, or the defensive prowess to beat him. Everybody thinking all they got to do is move and be slick. It's like, no, Floyd wasn't just moving and slick. He was defensive. He baited him. He waited. He countered the counter. He'll throw a jab and make Canelo throw because he wanted Canelo to throw that overhand right, left hook to the body so he could catch that and throw the right hand. He was setting Canelo up. He was letting Canelo be himself. And he used what Canelo naturally does against him. He made Canelo's greatest attribute, his pressure and his power punches. He used that against him. It's like, you held, bop, yep, you can be as aggressive as you want to. I got something for you. And that's what happened. But real rap, like I said, congratulations to Saul Canelo Cinnamon Alvarez for being the first person, not just the first Mexican, but the first person to become super middleweight world champion, undisputed champion of the world. For that, bro, I salute you. And the only real champions in the game, for real, is Saul Canelo Cinnamon Alvarez and Josh Taylor. And I'm sure some of y'all gonna say Usyk, but Usyk don't got everything. Usyk name ain't through the whole woo-wop. It's only 2 names in 2 divisions. Josh Taylor at 140 pounds, undisputed. Only him. If you want any real estate at 140 pounds, you got to go through him. And the person that technically should be next in line to fight Josh Taylor probably won't exercise that right because he just won the the WBA super belt. And that's Tank Davis. But anyway, it's a video for another day. But Saul Canelo Alvarez is the other one. Only person undisputed. When you look at super middleweight, all you gonna see, as far as world champions is concerned, Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's what you gonna see. And that shit with Teofimo, and I'm gonna end with this. That shit with Teofimo is cap. Teofimo, you're not an undisputed champion. You're not an undisputed champion. You are a unified champion. You're not undisputed. I've looked at the WBA rankings in your weight division, the IBF, WBO, WBC. I went to BoxRec, BoxNews, Box2. I went to every website I could possibly think of that have rankings. Teofimo, your name is not the sole name at 135 pounds at a world champion level. It is not you. Okay? You got Devin Haney. And guess what? You not finna fight Devin Haney. That's another video for another day. I got that coming up next. But Teofimo, you cap. You cap. 100.